is a Bramble Jam podcast. It's Monday, February 15th. You take the day off. Yeah. What are you taking?
Ah, yeah.
Hi, everybody.
You know, it's the day after Valentine's Day. Nothing says February 15th like football. Football, baby.
What's your favorite ball to foot?
Spalding.
Yeah.
What about you? More of a Voight guy?
I am a
Rawlings?
it's an underground company called Cadoots.
Cadoots.
Yeah.
Cadoots.
And anytime they have like
Cadoots.
a little squeaker in it, and anytime you kick it, it goes Cadoots.
That sounds like my nightmare.
Cadoots.
Kick a Cadoots. That's their slogan.
Kick a Cadoots.
I know it will.
Kick a Cadoots. Kick a Cadoots today. Hi everybody, welcome to Take the Day Off. Another week to take off if you so choose. We have 5 different
Many of
days.
you are homeless now, and you're welcome. We also, on our other podcast, Deck the Hallmark, there was a recent review that said the bits. Oh, no, it was on this podcast. There's a new review for this podcast that says the bits are getting to be too much. And I don't know what you're listening to. But this show, you may run into a few bits. I'm just saying. Yeah. I'll get it. I'll pull it up and read it. You want to tell the folks about Bramble Jam Plus?
Sure, I'll tell them about Bramble Jam Plus. Hey, you guys, you know about Yo Gavel Gavel, a show where we talk about courtroom shows. Do you know about Back to Bayside, where we walk through Saved by the Bell? Well, both of those can only be heard now exclusively on Bramble Jam Plus. Lowest tier is all you got to do. So all the more reason. You get this show, you get Deck the Hallmark, ad-free, but you also get those shows exclusive and, of course, ad-free. So why not do it? BrambleJamPlus.com today.
I found it's even better than I thought, Bran. This is from NGU Band Geek. So this person
North Greenville
probably
University.
plays in the North Greenville University band. Go Mounties Crusaders.
At one point.
At one point or another. 3 stars, a little disappointed. Sometimes the bits are a little long for a 15-minute episode. A little disappointed in the recent episodes. Seems to be getting worse.
No, that's fair.
I end up skipping through half the episode. What are you skipping to? Are you here just for the answers from the double deckers? Is that what you're here for?
NGU Band Nerd Geek. I need to tell you, like, this is the structure of the show.
Stop listening.
This is the structure. We talk about Bramble Jam Plus. I announce a day. I kick it to Dan for a bit.
That's right.
Every day.
No, you do a bit.
I do a bit.
You kick it to me for a bit.
for another bit.
Kick it back to you.
We banter for a bit.
A bit.
Sometimes that banter turns into a bit.
We go to a break.
We come back. We read answers for a few minutes.
Sometimes that turns into a bit.
Yeah.
And then we call it. And
so
then
without
there's
the
a bit
bits
during the credits.
Yeah. Without the bits, it is a less than a 5-minute show.
Easy.
So, which we can do if you want.
But you are the review of the week from what Tracy just told me. So you're going to get a Cadets. If I didn't know.
Cadets
coming your way, NGU Band Geek.
It comes in the USPS and the
squeaking along.
The mailman's just driving along. It's great. You're going to love it. You're going to love the way it sounds. I guarantee it.
Leave us a rating and review because that one was 12/4/2020. We need some from this year.
That was from December?
Yeah, that's our...
Oh, they're not listening anymore.
That's our most recent review.
Because last week we had an episode where Trace and Rick did the whole segment. So...
Which
I
was
don't
not
think,
a bit. That was just them talking about their days.
But I don't think NGU Band Geek's listening anymore.
No, I don't think they are. That's
but if you
unfortunate.
are, shoot us an email. We'd love to.
Give us another shot. There are going to be less bits this week. We already had a full
nary a bit
prep.
to be found.
Not a one.
Not a one.
Not a one.
Cadets. It is Sad Day, Dan.
It's Sad Day.
Do you want to know what about Sad? Sad Day stands for Singles Awareness Day. Now,
I'm out. You mean to tell me that Singles Awareness Day, they call it Sad Day?
It's abbreviated.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, yesterday was Valentine's Day, a day where couples celebrate and that could be read as rubbing in other people's faces their love. And singles sometimes look upon
Valentine's Day is the worst.
Valentine's Day is the worst if you're single.
Bridget Jones' Diary. Anybody?
Yeah. I don't. And so Singles Awareness Day is a day for you, and you might be wondering, how do I take this day off if I'm not single, etc. We're going to get to that in just a second. I was talking to my good single friend, Jammy.
Jammy?
Yeah.
Not Janny. Jammy.
Janny and I are on the rocks.
Someone's name is Jammy.
Well, that's a nickname.
What's their real name?
Carl.
Jammy. No.
When I met Carl was wearing his jammies.
Hi, I'm Carl. Call me Jammy.
He was wearing his jammies out in public, and I was like, "Oh, Jammy."
So you made up the nickname for Jammy. Does anybody else use it or just you?
It's hard to say.
Okay.
I don't know any of Jamie's friends.
Okay.
This is exclusive.
He
always invites me over for group gatherings, and I'm like, "No, I'm one-on-one with you, pal. That's it." So. I don't need more friends.
How many one-on-ones have you had with Jamie?
6 at this point. One of them was just the other day, and he was talking about how sad he is. Valentine's Day. I'm single, and he was lamenting, and he snuck in there the fact that about Single Awareness Day.
He just snuck it in.
He was like, "Oh man, I'm so sad. I wish I could eat lasagna with a girl. Dan knows about Singles Awareness Day. Lasagna is great." It was something like that. Do you?
I do.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, after that intro, I do. Now, many of you know Iggy Azalea for her tune "Fancy." I don't know why you wouldn't. It's a great tune. But you don't know
great
tune.
You would put that in the great category.
I've called
tunes.
On this show in Geek. I've called the Insane Clown Posse great. Okay, I've called the Spin Doctors great.
Well, yes.
I've called Macy Gray great.
Yes.
This is if I'm calling those people
this
great.
This is where I draw the line with fancy.
This is where you draw the line?
Because Macy Gray, great.
No.
It's in her name. Like, Gray is in her, like,
Macy
great. Insane Clown Posse. Are you kidding me?
Juggalos. We would never get the Juggalos on our bad side.
No, we would not.
We wouldn't do it.
The crowd today is all Juggalos for reasons I don't know.
I walked in and then
there's
terrified.
There's Pete there, very concerned.
He's excited, but he's scared excited. It's a nervous excited. They're throwing paint. It's a good thing we have that partition up because they're throwing. As soon as I said the Insane Clown Posse wasn't great, you can't hear them. They're throwing paint that they painted their face with.
Yeah,
they brought it with them. They bring the
paint just in case they need a touch.
And they're using that bucket of wall paint.
Right. They're using the bucket.
The bucket is what they're using. That's the handle
with tiny little face brushes.
Right.
But it's like a dip. It's a dip.
That's the only kind of paint the Juggalos will use.
They love the wall paint.
They won't use the regular face paint. They want to put that latex base right on their face.
Exactly right.
Sometimes some of them use oil base, and you can tell. Not by what
Todd's
they look
up
like.
there with his lead-based paint.
Yeah.
Todd's not looking well.
Yeah, he's not. And that's a Juggalo for you.
Yeah.
That's Juggalos for you.
Juggalo Todd.
Yeah. Anyway, Iggy Azalea came up with Single Awareness Day. That's
wait, no, how?
It was a whole thing. There was a whole thing. We did a Juggalo bit instead. She did it. She wrote Fancy, and then her boyfriend dumped her because the song was so bad, and she was like, I'm sad. Single Awareness Day.
This is not your finest moment.
It wasn't your finest introduction.
It was a great introduction. It was
he just slipped it in. Jamie just slipped it in there.
Jamie.
You're on the rocks with Jamie. Don't even try.
Jamie did just sneak it in there.
You have an exclusive one-on-one with Jamie 6+ times.
Yes.
And all you remember
5+.
You said 6.
It's 6. There's no plus. Remember. So that'd be 5+.
You didn't say 6 at this point. Did you say at least 6?
I said 6. I said 6 at this point.
Okay. 6. Okay. So 6 times, half a dozen times. And all you remember is him saying, I wish I could have lasagna with a girl.
No, I remember everything about what he said.
Okay.
So
what else? What did he go back to after he said that Dan knows about?
Well, he started talking about Conversations Hearts and how whenever he's...
Conversations Hearts?
Conversation Hearts and how whenever he's reading those, he gets really sad. And so he puts on some Johnny Depp soundboards. He opens up the Johnny Depp soundboards and like just kind of plays around with those.
Good. No, it's good. It's good stuff.
I guess we'll take a break and we'll come back.
You don't have any other fun facts about Single Awareness Day?
I do have some fun facts about it. Well, first of all, that's not how it started. Single Awareness Day actually started in 2001. Dustin Barnes decided to create a day for his group of friends to enjoy their singleness together to drown out their sorrows.
The classic Dustin move.
This group of high school boys not only chose February 15th as a protest of Valentine's Day, but they also realized that they could score candy and love-themed items at a huge discount.
That's right. Big discount.
And so
deep discounts.
this is a day to, if you're single, go out, get the discounted candy, get the hearts, get whatever you want to, feel loved. And the hashtag Single Awareness Day, ooh, you're going to love this, currently has over 55,000 posts on Instagram, so it's blowing up.
Wow. Since what? Since 2001?
Since
Fantastic.
Instagram started.
Yeah. I will say that I'm surprised to learn that this holiday was made up by high school boys.
Yes.
But it does make me happy to have learned
And
that.
in 2009, Joseph Vincent, you know Joseph
Vincent.
Yes. Joseph Vincent created a music video for Singles Awareness Day, and that reached over 2 million views. So
much bigger deal than the post on Instagram.
It really picked up in 2009.
Yeah.
And they even have a copyright for Single Awareness Day.
Wow.
So, good job, boys.
Dustin
Good
Barnes.
job, boys.
Now we can take a break.
Let's take a break. Did you know... well, what is not important.
It isn't.
We're gonna be back in just a second here on Take the Day Off. We're back, everybody.
Hey,
we're back. We're back. It's Single Awareness Day, and we asked the Bramble Jam Plus subscribers a very simple question: what advice would you give someone who wants to fall in love?
Ooh, you're kind of you fancy yourself a love doctor. What would you say?
Well, this is what I would say. This is what I would say to that.
Why is the rum always gone?
That's Johnny Depp. So go to a Johnny Depp soundboard and just and just have some fun.
Easy on the goods, darling.
And I would also just...
How would that help you fall in love?
It won't help you fall in love, but it will help you have a good time. And so...
This is grade A, 100% pure Colombian cocaine, ladies and gentlemen, disco shit.
You chose one from Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas,
Yeah.
I believe?
Yeah.
Why did you do that?
It
Movie's
doesn't
just all
say
about
it
drugs.
doesn't say where it's from. It just says that one's just titled Cocaine. So
And you clicked it.
I clicked it.
Yeah, you did. Just good job. Good job by you.
I always click the cocaine.
Got to edit. You always click the cocaine. Said it for years.
I don't think you need to edit. I think that one was it was squeaky clean. It was squeaky clean.
Squeaky clean.
Squeaky clean.
Grade A.
I would say just go for it.
Go for it.
Go for it. Just never be afraid to just say, hey, I'm digging what you're putting down. Be respectful.
Yeah.
But I'm digging what you're putting down. Worst case, rejection.
Worst case.
And you spend the night on the Johnny Depp soundboards.
But how many times before that starts to become a little sad for you?
If you're truly committed to the love, never.
I think, first of all, what you need to do to fall in love is this. You need to think of your most controversial opinion. Controversial opinion. The one that would get
It's
you.
a wonderful trick. Except once again, you are between me and my way out. And
More Jack Sparrow?
That's more Jack Sparrow.
Thank goodness, buddy. You got any more?
why is the rum always
Same
gone?
one.
That's my favorite one. Know that one's safe.
Yeah. After that cocaine, you're a little gun shy.
little gun shy on the
Cocaine does make you gun shy. That's true.
That's true, pals.
Think of your most controversial opinion and lead with that. Just come in and just be like, The Office is not a good television show or something like that.
Your most controversial opinion.
I was thinking of what? No.
Okay.
I'm just saying that is like if you need to lead with that.
Okay, so lead with your most controversial.
And then second
see
of
how
all,
they respond.
Don't yeah. See if they're still willing to take you at your most controversial. And then second of all, don't want to fall in love. I think that keeps you. It kind of puts this thing around you where you're like, man, if you want to fall in love so bad, you're going to be so obsessed with that you're not going to actually be looking for the right stuff.
Let me ask you this, Dan. If you were born, 10 years later.
Okay.
And I guess in your case,
So when you were born,
you fell in love pretty early.
I did.
So
yeah. I was married.
Let's say say you were born in 2000. Do you think you would have ended up on the dating apps? Would you given them a whirl?
So that means by the time I started dating, I'm 2015, 16.
Yeah, when dating apps really started coming on the scene.
My parents were pretty, like, I didn't get a cell phone until I was a senior in high school. I don't think so. I don't think I'd have been on the dating apps.
Okay.
I don't have that kind of stuff never bothered me. Like a speed date, blind date scenario would have never bothered me, but I met my wife in high school. So I never really had that, that was not really my path. And I coincidentally had dated a couple times in high school and decided my senior year of high school, I wasn't going to date. I was
kissed dating goodbye.
I didn't kiss dating goodbye. That would be ridiculous. I just said, you know what? I'm about to go off to college. This is ridiculous for me to start a relationship in high school. Pragmatically, it doesn't make any sense. So I'm just not going to date.
Love doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. And then that's when I found my forever partner. So there you have it. There's a little Single Awareness Day. Pick me up for you.
So hope. This is to Dan's point. Don't look for love, and maybe you'll stumble into it.
Yeah.
And you'll get married.
Work for me.
I always find, the dating apps, it's there. I can't imagine, I just feel like it'd be so hard. I don't envy people that are getting into the singles game in this day and age. I just feel like there's a lot out there.
There's more hoops, whereas it used to be like you just meet somebody at a restaurant, and if it goes wrong, it goes wrong.
What can you trust, on the internet and people's work? Like, it's so easy to type into schmooze. To schmooze on the web.
Schmooze.
You know what I mean?
Schmooze move.
Move.
We should get to some of these, I guess, before we end.
What do we have?
Kira says, love yourself first.
Oh, yeah.
Which is great advice, always.
Yeah.
Colleen says, don't. Just kidding, maybe. I like Colleen's answer. That's a good answer.
Yeah, Caroline in the same boat. She says, don't do it. It's a trap. So that's fair. That's fair.
Tender Daddy says, do you have advice for me? I'm a tender daddy looking for a tender mama. I don't know, Tender Daddy, if I should read that or help you at this point.
You know what? No, I'm with. If there's any tender mamas out there that are looking for some loving,
and that's tender as in you love chicken tenders.
Yes, you don't have to be like pushover or whatever. Not that tender means pushover, but that was just what came to mind. You got to love the tenders, and so if that's you, email us. We'll get you in contact with the Tender Daddy. It's just the take the day off dating service,
take the day off matchmaking service. I love it.
Yeah. I love that.
Be yourself, says Larry Jackson. Thanks, Lair.
Nicole says, no advice here. I'll be listening. Nicole, are you a tender mama? Because if so,
we're setting people up here.
We got someone for you. That's exactly right.
Dawn says, pursue a graduate degree instead. I love that advice for sure.
Mally says, follow George Washington's advice. When the fire's beginning to kindle and your heart's growing warm, propound these questions to it.
Propound?
Propound.
Where is this? Who is it?
It's a Mally.
Okay.
Is he a man of good character? A man of sense? What has been his walk in life? Is he a gambler? A spendthrift? A drunkard? So those are questions that you should ask when you're trying to find a
drunkard. Yeah.
Don't.
You know what? My final thoughts on this are people that spend their 20s in love and married, like some people look at them and go, oh, they didn't get to do all the normal single things. And single people who spend their 20s not married look and they go, man, I missed out on my 20s and being married. Don't do either of those things. Just be happy with who you are and take what you've been given. If you're single, go travel a lot, do a lot of things. If you found the person you're supposed to be with, enjoy that life with that person. Stop worrying about it. Who cares? Be happy.
Yeah.
Don't worry, be happy. That's what I'm trying to say.
That's exactly right. We both have spent a long part of our life in the church community.
That's right.
Where it's all the pushing to get married as quick as possible.
It's the worst.
The amount of times I've talked to a student and just said, hey, dude, just enjoy life. Like, you don't have to get married at 20. Like,
that's right. It's really fun.
I did. It's been great, but don't do it.
Oh, that was the problem is when I taught kids, they would come to me and they'd be like, I want
what you got.
That's right. Yeah, I want to get married at 21. And I'm like, bro, you don't have to get married at 21. Like, that's not how everybody, some people despise the very idea of that.
Some people want it all.
I want it all.
But I don't want nothing at all. If it ain't you, baby.
If I ain't got
this
you,
was a
baby.
bit light episode.
It was a bit light.
So NGU.
Yeah. Just some kibbutz,
Band
some
geek.
Iggy Azalea, some Jammy.
Hardly a bit.
That was it.
Nary to be found.
Thanks, NGU.
Here's a question for you guys for tomorrow, if you want to think about it. What do you do to cheer yourself up? Treat yourself.
Treat yourself.
How yo treat yourself. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. Until then, Todd is coming down, it appears. Juggalo Tom with the lead paint.
Is it Todd or Tom?
I think it's Todd. And there's a mic over there, Todd, down there on the right. Yep.
Yeah, Todd, there it is. You got it.
Apparently he's got a poem, a haiku, so we'll have him read that. We'll be back tomorrow. Until then, everybody, go ahead and take that day off.
Is this it right here?
That's
right
it, Todd.
Juggalo, jug, jug. Juggalo, jug, 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 jug. Jug, 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 jug. Seemed like a lot, buddy.
How's that lead paint, pal?
All he did was just took off his shirt and started running around the studio. He didn't even hear your question.
I hope the Juggalos aren't back tomorrow.
I hope they aren't either. It's kind of the worst.